students, how are you all? Yesterday we were reading the lesson number 2 of your textbook, English reader, and that was making of a missile man, right? So we learned about the early childhood of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, who was incidentally our 11th president, right? And I already told you that he belonged to a very normal family, middle class family. He was not rich. He suffered many ups and downs in his life, right? His father was a woodfarer who used to take the pilgrims from Dhanushkodi to Rameshwaram and from Rameshwaram to back to Dhanushkodi, right? But the only means of their earning, that boat which his father used to sail, destroyed in a cyclone, right? But that could not defeat Dr. Kalam's will, right? And not only he supported his family by earning, doing some odd jobs like collecting tamarind seeds, selling it to the shop, or distributing newspapers to the various houses in Rameshwaram, right? He also continued his studies. He wanted to fly like a bird, right? That was his early childhood. Now, I am continuing the same lesson, right? Let us start. He studied till 10:30 p.m. daily. There was no electricity in his house, so he had to study by the dim light of the kerosene lamp. You see, at those times, electricity was limited to very few houses. Only in cities, right? Some rich people could afford that facility, electricity. Rameshwaram it was just a small town. It was not a big city, and his family was poor, so there was no electricity in his house, and he had to study in the dim light of a kerosene lamp. Even then, he used to study till 10:30. 10:30 बजे रात तक पढ़ा करते थे कलाम साहब, right? At school, his close friend was Ramanand Shastri, whose father was the high priest of Rameshwaram temple. Ramanand and Abdul Kalam used to sit together in the class. Who was his best friend in the school? Ramanand Shastri. Just try to understand what this lesson wants to teach you. Abdul Kalam was a Muslim by caste, but his best friend was Ramanand Shastri. Ramanand Shastri is a Tamil Brahmin, right? And his father, Ramanand's father, was a high priest in the temple of Rameshwaram, right? But they both used to sit on the same desk in the class, and they both were very good friends. One day a new teacher came to their class. He could not tolerate a Muslim sitting next to a Brahmin. He ordered Abdul Kalam to go and sit in the back row. Ramanand was on the verge of tears. The agony was too much for both Kalam and Ramanand. What happened one day? A new teacher came. He was little orthodox, you can say. He was not that broad-minded. He saw a Muslim boy and a Tamil Brahmin boy, both were sitting together on the same desk. So he didn't like it. What he did? He ordered APJ Abdul Kalam to go and sit on the next bench, on the last bench, right? APJ Abdul Kalam did as he was told by the teacher, naturally, but Ramanand Shastri, he could not bear the insult of his friend Abdul Kalam. He felt that his friend was insulted by the teacher, right? So what happened? He started weeping. Both were in the verge of tears. रुआंसे हो गए दोनों ही, डॉक्टर अब्दुल कलाम भी और रामानंद शास्त्री भी. They both felt bad. They both felt very bad, right? When Ramanand's father came to know what had happened in the class, he sent for the teacher. He told the teacher that what he had done would only breed communalism. After that, this incident was known to Ramanand's father. He was the high priest in the temple, a very respected man, right? वो एक ब्राह्मण थे, तमिल ब्राह्मण थे, एक बड़े मंदिर के पुजारी थे, राइट? मगर बहुत समझदार थे. He was a very tolerant and very intelligent person, right? So उन्होंने उस टीचर को बुलाया, and when the teacher came, he explained him that what he did to those boys was wrong. जो कुछ भी उन्होंने अपने स्टूडेंट्स के साथ किया है, हिंदू और मुस्लिम्स के तौर पर उनको अलग अलग करने की कोशिश, इट वॉज रॉन्ग, ही सेड. और उन्होंने ये भी बतलाया कि इससे सिर्फ उनके दिमाग कम्युनल बनेंगे, राइट? सो द टीचर felt ashamed, right? And from the next day, both the friends started sitting as they were, right? There was another interesting incident of his school life. His teacher was one Mr. Shivasubramaniam Iyer. He was a broad-minded person. One day he invited Abdul Kalam to have lunch with him. एक टीचर थे. His name was Shivasubramaniam Iyer. He was broad-minded. He never thought in the line of Hindus and Muslims. He was not communal at all. Abdul Kalam was a very good student. The teacher loved him. So one day, that teacher, Mr. Iyer, called Dr. Kalam, at that time Abdul Kalam, to his home to have lunch with him. What happened then? But his wife, an Orthodox woman, refused to serve food to Abdul Kalam. But the teacher himself served the food to his favorite student without any hesitation, right? The teacher was very broad-minded, but unfortunately his wife, she was an Orthodox woman. What is the meaning of Orthodox? Thinking in terms of some older practices, right? Some old ways, okay? Traditional practices, right? That is the Orthodox person who is not progressive, right? So when she saw that a Muslim boy came to his house to have lunch with his husband, he straightway refused to serve the food to them. What happened? That teacher, He didn't argue with his wife, right? He didn't quarrel with his wife. He simply served the food to Abdul Kalam himself, right? Because he was his guest. His wife was the scene the very next week. She served Abdul Kalam the lunch very happily. From the incident, he learned that the perseverance make miracles, right? His teacher's wife, Mr. Iyer's wife, was watching his husband, what his husband was doing. He was serving the food to his dearest student. She felt ashamed. And the next week, she invited Kalam to their house, and very happily, gladly, she served the food to him and her husband, right? So now she was a totally changed woman, right? From this incident, Abdul Kalam learned that perseverance, this is a new word for you, perseverance. It means if you're doing continuously something, that is called perseverance. लगातार सतत किसी चीज को करना, that is called perseverance. So he learned that through perseverance, everything is possible, anything is possible. सतत प्रयासों से सब कुछ संभव है. ये सीख अब्दुल कलाम को इस इंसिडेंट से मिली, राइट? Abdul joined a boarding high school at Ramanandapuram. Here he learned that desires, beliefs, and expectations are the key to success in life. He was the favorite student of the school among the teachers. After that, he passed the middle school, and for higher studies, for high school studies, he went to Ramanandapuram, right? From Rameshwaram, he shifted to Ramanandapuram, right? Where he joined a boarding school. Boarding school is a place where the students stayed in the school hostel, and they are taken care of. They are served food there with all the facilities, and they continue their studies, right? So he joined a boarding school there, and there he learned that desires, ichhaएं, right? Beliefs, bharosa, and expectation means ummeed. These are the three things which are key to success in life, right? अगर आप में इच्छा है, अगर आप में भरोसा है, राइट, और अगर आप उम्मीदें कायम रखते हैं, आशावादी हैं, तो आप लाइफ में यू विल डेफिनेटली अटेन द सक्सेस, यू विल गेट द सक्सेस. आपको कभी निराश नहीं होना चाहिए, आपको हमेशा भरोसा बनाए रखना चाहिए. आप में अपनी वो जो भी करने की इच्छा है वो कायम रहनी चाहिए, कभी लाइफ में हार माननी नहीं चाहिए, राइट? इससे पहले वाली पोएम में भी मैंने वही आपको मैसेज जो दिया गया था कि डोंट क्विट, राइट? यही चीज़ उभर के सामने आ रही है इसमें प्रैक्टिकल फॉर्म में. ही वॉज द फेवरेट स्टूडेंट ऑफ द टीचर्स. बहुत सारे टीचर्स पसंद करते थे. कौन टीचर पसंद नहीं करेगा ऐसे स्टूडेंट को जो बहुत सिंसियर है, जो अपना काम बहुत अच्छे से करता है, राइट? अब्दुल कलाम was one of those students. He always remembered the motto of his school, which was Schwartz High School. रामानंदपुरम में इनके स्कूल का जो नाम था, it was Schwartz High School, right? तो every school or every institution has a motto, that is a slogan. And the slogan of Schwartz High School was, "Let not thy winged days be spent in vain. When once gone, no gold can buy them back." It's a beautiful motto कि अपने उड़ान के दिनों को बर्बाद मत कीजिए। एक बार ये बीत जाएंगे तो दुनिया की कोई भी दौलत इन्हें वापस नहीं ला पाएगी। It is, they are referring to student life. These are your winged days. ये दिन वो है जो जब आप अपने जिंदगी की आगे की उड़ान के लिए अपने आप को तैयार करते हैं। Don't waste it. Don't waste it. इन दिनों का सही उपयोग कीजिए, अच्छे से पढ़ाई कीजिए, राइट? ताकि आपने जो कुछ भी अपने लाइफ के लिए सोच रखा है, जिस उड़ान के बारे में आप सोच रहे हैं कि लाइफ में आपको कहाँ से कहाँ जाना है, आप इजीली इस चीज़ को अटेंड करेंगे। ये जो मोटो था श्वार्ट्ज हाई स्कूल का, इट बिकेम द एम ऑफ हिज लाइफ। ही नेवर forgot this. He always kept this in his memory, right? Let not thy winged days be spent in vain. When once gone, no gold can buy them back. That was the motto. Now, next paragraph. He not only remembered these words, but also acted accordingly to become an eminent person. What is the meaning of eminent? Eminent means one who is famous in his field. When we say eminent doctor, eminent lawyer, eminent teacher, right? It means a lawyer or a doctor or a teacher who is well known, renowned in his field, right? So he not only remembered these words but also acted accordingly to become an eminent person. Right? So this motto, these words which he kept in his mind, carried him towards his aim, and he became an eminent person. From a tamarind seed collector or a newspaper hawker, he became an eminent person through his perseverance. Right? Remember the word. He was always fascinated by the mysteries of the sky, so he decided to go in for aeronautics branch. When he got admission in the Madras Institute of Technology or MIT, his father was not in a position to pay the huge amount as a fee. As I told that flying was always his passion, right? So he always wanted to do something related to sky. So what he did, he tried to get the admission in MIT, Madras Institute of Technology. Nowadays the name is Chennai, right? Earlier that place was called Madras, and there is one very famous engineering college, Madras Institute of Technology, MIT. He got the admission there in an aeronautical engineering branch, right? But unfortunately, the fees was not affordable for his father. He could not afford that. It was too much. Then what to do? In the grim situation, his sister came forward as an angel. She decided to mortgage her ornaments to raise the required fee. देखिए, जब आपकी इच्छा बहुत प्रबल होती है तो ईश्वर भी आपका साथ देता है। In the same way, in this grim situation, in this difficult situation, in this hopeless situation, एक फरिश्ते की तरह उनकी बहन सामने आई। She came like an angel. She had some ornaments, कुछ गहने थे उनके पास पर्सनल, उसे उन्होंने मॉर्गेज किया, गिरवी रख दिया, उसके बदले में उन्होंने कुछ पैसे दिए एंड शी पेड the fees of that engineering college. It was by her sympathy and compassion that he joined MIT. Kalam vowed then to redeem the ornaments as early as possible. The moment he started earning, he honored his commitment. And by the compassion, by that feeling, right, by the support of his sister, Kalam was able to do his engineering degree, right? And he promised to himself that he will redeem, he will repay the debts of his sister. And once he started earning, जैसे ही उन्होंने अर्न करना शुरू किया, उन्होंने कमाना शुरू किया, पढ़ाई लिखाई के बाद जब जॉब मिला, तो व्हाट ही डिड द फर्स्ट वर्क, उन्होंने सबसे पहले अपने सिस्टर के गहने जो मॉर्गेज रखे थे उसे छुड़ाए, उन्हें वापस किए, राइट। एंड हमेशा अपनी लाइफ में वो अपने सिस्टर के बहुत ग्रेटफुल रहे, राइट। एट एवरी स्टेप ऑफ हिज कैरियर, यहाँ पर एक बात बता दूं आपको कि he completed his engineering degree in the year 1960, right? एरोनॉटिकल डिग्री की, एरोनॉटिकल इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री थी, MIT से उन्होंने ली, and that was the year when he graduated was 1960. Now, at every step of his career, success followed him closely as a shadow. नो सरप्राइज टू मी, जिंदगी के हर कदम पर सफलता उनकी कदम चूमती चली गई। जिसमें इतनी क्वालिटीज हो उसे सफलता तो मिल रही थी, एक परछाई की तरह, लाइक ए शैडो। बहुत खूबसूरत कहा गया है कि एट एवरी स्टेप ऑफ हिज कैरियर सक्सेस फॉलोड हिम क्लोजली एज अ शैडो। सफलता एक परछाई की तरह उनके साथ चलती रही, उनके पीछे चलती रही, राइट। पद्म भूषण and then Padma Vibhushan were conferred upon him. पद्मश्री पुरस्कारों के बारे में आपने पढ़ा होगा। सबसे पहला जो पद्मश्री पुरस्कार होता है, पद्म ऑनर्स जो हैं, राइट, वह है पद्मश्री। उससे बड़ा होता है पद्म भूषण, उससे बड़ा होता है पद्म विभूषण, और सबसे बड़ा होता है जो सिविलियन अवार्ड जो हिंदुस्तान में दिया जा सकता है, दैट इज भारत रत्न, राइट। तो ये पद्म अवार्ड्स जो होते हैं ये प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया दिया करते हैं, राइट। तो 1990 में इन्हें पद्म भूषण दिया गया, इसके बाद पद्म विभूषण मिला, राइट। इट वाज द फिटेस्ट gesture of the government of India to bestow Bharat Ratna on him in 1997. और 1997 इंडिया का सबसे बड़ा द हाईएस्ट सिविलियन अवार्ड विच इज भारत रत्न was bestowed upon him, right? What is the meaning of bestow? B-E-S-T-O-W. Bestow means to give someone as a gift, as a respect, as a love, right? जब आप किसी को बहुत इज्जत देना चाहते हैं, प्यार देना चाहते हैं और उसके लिए कोई गिफ्ट करते हैं तो उसको बेस्टो कहते हैं, राइट। And Bharat Ratna was given to him in 1997. When he got this award, he told the media that he still remembers Ramanand crying in the class when I changed to Riya. Or then all the media persons crowded among him and they asked how you are feeling. So what was his reply? He said, I still feel that Ramanand was crying when he was just recalling his earlier childhood days, Ramanand crying in the class when I changed the piano, right? कि जब मैं उससे अलग कर दिया गया था तो वो रो रहा था, वो सीन मुझे आज याद आ रहा है, राइट? On 25th July 2002, when he was sworn in as the President of India, the school celebrated the day as a festival. Sweets were distributed among the teachers and students. During the assembly, the teacher showered praise on him and exhorted the students to emulate his example. और जैसे मैंने कहा 2002 में जब एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम को हमारा 11th प्रेसिडेंट चुना गया, राइट, सबसे बड़ी पोस्ट हिंदुस्तान की, बहुत गिने चुने लोग वहाँ तक पहुँच पाए हैं, राइट? तो एक छोटे से गांव का, एक गरीब घर का नाव चलाने वाले एक मल्लाह का बेटा जब इस पोस्ट पे पहुँचा तो व्हाट हैपेंड, जिस स्कूल में वो पढ़े थे उस स्कूल ने एक पूरा उत्सव मनाया, इस इंसिडेंट को एक उत्सव की तरह मनाया, मिठाइयाँ बांटी गई, द स्वीट्स वर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड अमंग द स्टूडेंट्स एंड द टीचर्स, असेंबली हुई, सारे बच्चे थे, एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम के बारे में टीचर्स ने उनकी बातें बताई कि स्कूल में वो कैसे रहते थे, कैसे पढ़ते थे, ताकि दूसरे जो बच्चे हैं वो मोटिवेट हो सके, इंस्पायर हो सके एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम जैसा बनने के लिए। तो आज जब इस स्कूल में पढ़ाते हुए मैं इतना गर्व फील कर रहा हूँ उनके बारे में, तो यू कैन वेरी वेल अंडरस्टैंड कि जिस स्कूल में वो पढ़े थे, राइट, उस स्कूल ने कितना प्राउड फील किया होगा, राइट? सो दैट्स द वंडरफुल स्टोरी ऑफ एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम. Go through it, get motivated through his efforts and his hard work. Do something good in your life, and we will do the exercise. Try to do it yourself, and if there is any problem, I am here to help you out. Thank you all.